and welcome to Legal Insights Live. Today, we'll dive into a significant case that transformed retail transactions and clarified fundamental principles of contract law. The name is Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain and Boots Cash Chemists in 1953. This case was not just about pharmacy rules, it's actually the one that set the stage of how modern self-serving shopping operates. To help us explore this case, we are joined by Dr. Alya, a legal historian, and Prof. Mina, a retail industry expert. Together, we'll unpack the facts, issues, and the far-reaching implications of this case. Dr. Alya, could you set the stage with the background of the case?
Of course. In the early 1950s, Boots Cash Chemists introduced a revolutionary self-service system where customers could pick items from shelves and pay at the cashier. However, the Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain argued that this setup violated Section 18 of the Pharmacy and Poisons Act 1953. The law required certain medicines to be sold under a registered pharmacy supervision. The society claimed that the sale occurred the moment a customer picked up an item, bypassing the required pharmacist oversight.
That sounds like a classic clash between innovations and regulations. Prof. Mina, what made this legal debate so significant?
It's all about how contracts are formed. The key question here was whether displaying goods on shelf constituted an offer or merely an invitation to trade. If it was an offer, customers would complete the sale by picking up an item. But if it was an invitation to trade, or known as ITT, the sale wouldn't occur until the pharmacist supervised the transaction at the cashier. The distinction isn't just academic, it affects retail operation and consumer rights not just then, but even today.
This case highlights the balance between consumer convenience, safety, and legal principles. To delve deeper, let's take a look at the key moments in the courtroom that led to the ultimate decision by the court.
This court is now in session to hear the case of Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain and Boots Cash Chemists. Counsel for the plaintiffs, you may start.
My lord, this case concerns the legality of Boots Cash Chemists self-service model, which we argue violates Section 18, subsection 1, paragraph A, subparagraph 3 of the Pharmacy and Poisons Act 1933. By allowing customers to select potentially dangerous medicine without immediate supervision, they undermine the Act's intention to protect public health. We contend that displaying items on shelves constitutes an offer to sell. The contract is concluded when the customer picks up the item without any input from the pharmacist. This approach removes the pharmacist's ability to intervene, risking improper sales.
Counsel for Boots, your response?
My lord, we respect the plaintiff misunderstand both the law and our process. The display of goods on shelf is merely an invitation to trade. The sale only occurs at the cashier when a registered pharmacist supervises the transaction and can approve or deny it. This complies fully with the Act. To illustrate, I would like to reference the transaction at our store.
Let's revisit the key events that led to the legal dispute between the Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain and Boots Cash Chemists. The scene takes place at Boots Cash Chemists, where the pharmacy operated using a self-service system. On April 13, 1951, a customer entered Boots Cash Chemists. A customer enters the pharmacy and picks up a shopping basket, ready to browse the available medicines. Meanwhile, a representative from the Pharmaceutical Society is conducting a routine inspection to ensure the pharmacy complies with legal guidelines. Under the watchful eyes of the representative, the customer finds the medicine she needs and places it in her basket. The representative believes that the sale is complete the moment the customer picks up the item from the shelf, bypassing the required pharmacist supervision. She walks around examining various medicine displayed on the shelf while considering her options. At one point, she selects the medicine and places it in her basket, but later changes her mind and returns it to the shelf. This demonstrates that simply picking up an item does not create a binding contract, as customers are free to reconsider before paying. However, at the cashier's counter stands a registered pharmacy ready to oversee all transactions. As the customer approached the cashier to complete the purchase, the representative believed the transaction was already finalized when the customer picked up the item earlier. The pharmacist carefully explains the medication's usage and ensures the customer understands it before approving the sale. Despite the pharmacist's full supervision during the checkout process, the Pharmaceutical Society maintained that the sale should have been considered completed at the shelf, violating the law. This agreement ultimately led to the court case now being debated.
Would you agree, counsel, that at the moment the customer picked up the medicine from the shelf, they could have consumed it or left the store without intervention?
That is speculative, my lord. Security measures ensure items cannot leave without payment, and as seen, the pharmacy supervised the sale before it's finalized, ensuring compliance with the act.
Counsel for Boots, does the pharmacist have the authority to reject the sale at the cashier?
Absolutely, my lord. The pharmacist has full discretion to prevent any sale deemed unsafe or inappropriate.
Having reviewed the arguments, I find the following. Goods displayed on shelves are invitation to treat and not offers. Customers make an offer by presenting an items at the cashier, where the pharmacist has the authority to reject or accept the sale. To claim that a sale occurs when the customer picks up an item would make self-service shopping impractical and legally unworkable. Boots' system preserves customer flexibility while ensuring compliance with the Act. Hence, the appeal is dismissed.
We have seen how this case unfolded in the courtroom and why the judge ruled in favor of Boots. But what does this mean for contract law and consumer safety? Let's return to our panel for insights. Dr. Alya, what is your perspective on the court's reasoning?
The court struck a crucial balance. By ruling that goods on shelves are an invitation to trade, they preserve the freedom for both buyers and sellers to negotiate terms at the cashier. This ensures customers aren't unfairly bound until payment is made. It also reinforced the pharmacy's supervisory role, aligning with the Pharmacy and Poisons Act's intent to safeguard public health.
Prof. Mina, how has this ruling influenced modern retail?
It's foundational. The judgment clarified how contracts are formed in retail, setting precedent for practices like online shopping. Items in your digital card, for example, are an invitation to treat, and the contract isn't final until you check out. This ruling also emphasized the need for oversight, which is especially relevant in sectors involving regulated goods. This case showed that the law can adapt to new practices while protecting the people. As a customer myself, I appreciate the flexibility to browse freely, knowing that the transaction isn't binding until I pay.
Indeed, this case set an important legal foundation. It clarified the distinction between an offer and an invitation to trade, protected consumer rights, and balanced safety with innovation. But as retail evolves, such as think automated stores and online shopping, we may see similar issues arise in the future. Thank you to our panelists for their valuable insights, and thank you viewers for joining us on Legal Insights Live. Until next time, remember, the law is all around us, shaping the way we live, shop, and work. Good night.